we're looking at the Western Cape, we have a manufacturing managers index that looks at job creation nationally. And for Q1 2015, we actually see the Western Cape faring the most positively when it comes to overall activity, that's manufacturing and industry. But one of the sectors that stood out and was actually at the top with plus 13% growth in new potential job hires for Q1 2015 was the construction industry. What is positive is the fact that the Western Cape government, especially Cape Town, has set aside and are very adamant about moving forwards with investment, especially construction. I mean, the upgrade of the Cape Town station front, for instance, it's big projects, but all these things are slowly moving forwards, and we are also seeing. Obviously, everybody knows electricity. We've got the new plant like Medupi coming online. There's a lot of investment into that, but governments also have a strong commitment from sort of mid last year to upgrade water infrastructure, and that's high on the list for City of Cape Town because we've got a lot of pipes that are either leaking or burst, and that's costing them a lot of loss, so they've dedicated some infrastructure spend to get that fixed. The major topic I think for 2015 would be the decrease in the oil price, which has been happening steadily since the end of last year, and what that brings about, obviously for oil importing countries like South Africa, is it decreases our energy costs. It also puts less pressure on inflation, so we don't have supply side driven inflation. That puts less pressure on the Reserve Bank to raise interest rates, which is positive for the property market. So we will see positive benefits for consumers in that sense. It also brings about a slight positive impact on manufacturers because their input costs are lower. But we do have a negative spin-off when it comes to commodities because a lot of our exports are commodities, and commodities are linked to the oil price. So there is a spin-off there. But I think nearer the end of 2015, once we actually see the full impact of what's happening with the oil price, I think we're going to have a couple of maybe panicky moments, if I can call it that, because what's happening now is that a lot of the marginal oil fields that can't operate at lower costs of the oil price, like especially the shale gas in America, will have to close. As well as there's hardly any new exploration happening. The larger companies aren't going to fund big budgets for exploration when the oil price is so low. And what that does is usually in a 2-year period, it leads to supply side disruptions following on, and then we actually see quite a spike in the oil price again. So I think that's definitely going to become a more contentious issue, especially when some of the oil fields start closing down. So we'll hear a lot more from that.